Hello again, Stewie here at O'Reilly's, and I'm going to be doing an oil flush today. And I've been introduced to this new product from Launch. Now, as you know, I do a lot of dealings with Launch, and what I will say is, before we start, this video is not sponsored by Launch, and I'm in no way receiving any sort of monetary benefits from it. I use a lot of Launch products. They've given me a bunch of these to test out, and I thought we'll make a little video on using one and what the purpose of using it is and what it can do. So I have here a Land Rover Discovery 5 that I can use this on. I pay no attention to the tin. It's taken a bit of damage in the back of my van, but we'll get this used and we'll talk a little bit about what it's supposed to do. So if you read the back here, it says it is suitable for use in diesel and petrol engines with or without a turbocharger, and it eliminates aggressive residues from the combustion process, reliably dissolves operationally caused contamination and resin formations in complete oil system, which can then easily be removed when the used oil during the oil change. The product contains highly effective anti-friction lubricants that reliably protect the engine during the cleaning process. So, only a clean engine can run on full power. Easy to use, no extra effort, removes deposits, residues from the piston rings, oil channels, oil housing walls, as well as hydraulic valve lifters. Valve train results are considerably improved. Stable compression in all cylinders, fuel and oil consumption, as well as wear tear, are reduced. Less harmful exhaust emissions, support the environment and extend the lifespan of the catalytic converter. Avoids recontamination of the fresh oil residues, deposits of the used oil. Add the oil to the system before an oil change. Let the engine idle for 15 to 20 minutes. Carry out the oil change according to the manufacturer's instructions. Sufficient for up to 8 litres of oil. Larger capacities may add 60 ml per litre of oil. Okay, so I've got these products here. I'm going to go ahead and start with an oil change on this vehicle. This is the filter I'm going to use. Probably my favourite brand to use is Blueprint. So we'll start by opening the oil cap and we'll get this poured in. Now we'll just tighten that back up. So I'm back inside the vehicle. We're going to start the engine and let it idle for 15 minutes. So you can see there I've already had the temperature up on this. Service required message is up, so it's ready for an oil change, and the mileage is 126,699. So we'll let that run for a minute. It's 15:40 now, so we'll come back in at 15:55. Okay, so we've just been waiting and it looks like we are just about on time right now to do it. So that has been exactly 15 minutes. Okay, so I've got the new filter ready to go in. So while I'm there, of course, I'm just going to have a little examination of the old oil filter. Rip it apart, make sure that it doesn't look like there's anything that shouldn't be in there. If you could see any sort of aluminium speckles in there, it would indicate it's time for it to go to a new home. Okay, so now the oil filter is all okay, so I don't need to be trading it back to Land Rover anytime soon. So now we'll go underneath and drain the rest of the oil out. So we do now have to get the steel under tray off here. So we've got a few 15mm bolts. Close your ears. And as usual, no matter how hard you try, you always end up making a mess. Now what I always like to do is put about a litre in, and we can come back under, and on this I can just release this tube here. We'll just drain that other extra litre I put in, which is going to flush any of the old deposits that's left in the bottom of the sump. It's going to flush that out. Now you can see that even though I've put the extra litre of oil in, you can see that this is still black, just because of the residues that's left in there. Okay, now that we're all done on that, we'll talk a little bit about what it is and what it does. Like I said, I already read the rear of the packaging. But what it is designed to do is neutralise harmful acids within the engine oil. And not only does it remove the sludge and varnish deposits, but it also helps improve the engine life by improving the new oil that you've put in. So engine oil during normal use will have oxidation, and that comes from condensation during the combustion process. Now, additives in your own engine oil is designed to combat these, but what this does is help and make sure that they are flushed out of the old oil and out of the engine before you put your new oil in. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of other technical stuff that can be said about this, not something that I know about. The guy who develops this or helps package it and sell it is a guy called Richard, and he knows a lot of in-depth stuff about how this works, and he's tested on a lot of vehicles himself, and he swears down that you know how the stuff is and why he's put the brand name to it. You can go as far as to say that there are engines that have had low compression, and by adding sort of additives like this one, that can get rid of a lot of the sludge that's built up around the piston rings, and therefore improve your combustion or compression within the cylinders again. So that's it really. It's a Sunday afternoon, and I thought I'd just make a little video while I was working on my own car. Like I said, it's not a promotional product for this. I was given some of them just to try it out, and I thought, yeah, I'll add it to the video. Of course, there's probably other brands that you can use for this if it's made from a similar sort of ingredients, you call it. But this one, according to Launch UK, they've done a lot of research and made sure that they had the best product that there was on the market before they could put their brand name to it. So I think I'll finish the video up here, and I'll see you on our next video.